everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Shaughnessy, and on this channel we discuss fragrance, beauty, and wellness. And if you simply like to have a good time and you like my vibe, subscribe. So you all, I know some of you have been waiting on this video for me to talk about the new Libre Eau de Toilette. I said the full thing. And, you know, I had issues with my order from Sephora, threw me off. Well, not from Sephora, from UPS. And, you know, if you want to hear that story, I will link the video up above where I discuss it. But this is going to be a review of the new, not so new, but still new, Libre Edt perfume. So I'm going to start with going over the notes in each of them. And this is not going to be a very long video because I already did an in-depth review of Libre Original and Libre Intense. So I will have that video linked up above too in the cards. And if you haven't watched it, please check it out. So we're going to start with the original Libre, and it is described as an amber foudre fragrance for women. The top notes are lavender, mandarin orange, black currant, and the mid notes are lavender, orange blossom, and jasmine. Base notes, Madagascar vanilla, musk, ambergris, and cedar. And I'm going to talk about how each of these smell briefly, but we're going to move on to the notes of Libre Intense. And this is also described as an amber foudre women's fragrance. Oh, I meant to tell you, Libre was released in 2019. Libre Intense was released in 2020. Top notes are lavender, mandarin orange, and bergamot. Middle notes are lavender, orange blossom, jasmine, sambac, and orchid. Base notes, Madagascar vanilla, tonka bean, ambergris, and vetiver. So you see quite a lot of the similar notes in these two, just a couple differences. So on to the star of the show. This is Libre Edt. This is described as a floral women's fragrance. It was released this year, 2021. Top notes are lavender, bergamot, mandarin orange. Mid notes, jasmine tea, orange blossom, and jasmine. Base notes are vanilla, musk, and ambergris. So this has the most difference in notes than the other two. So Libre, the original, is a citrusy, woody, unisex fragrance. This one had to grow on me. I mean, it's very unisex, and this is what I call a boss fragrance. This is a grown woman. I'm not trying to be all feminine, sweet, and soft for you right now, honey. I'm coming for your throat. I'm coming as a boss. That's what this is. This is not soft to me at all. This is, I'm here to handle my business, and you better handle yours. I actually purchased this one first, loved it so much that I actually went back and purchased the original because it was during, I want to say, Ulta's 20% off sale where you got fragrances 20% off also. Okay, Libre Intense smells like the original, but it has more tonka bean and vanilla. This version doesn't have tonka bean, but it does have vanilla, but you have more of tonka bean and vanilla in this one. It's a sweetness to it that I really enjoy, a smokiness to it. And it's just, I just love this one. Okay, so those were quick little reviews of those because like I said before, I will have the video where I did an in-depth review in the cards above. So, what this is all about, this is Libre Edt. This is a softer, more feminine version of the original. And it doesn't really remind me of Libre Intense at all, but it has the same DNA. Like all of these, some flankers you can be like, I didn't even realize this was a flanker. If you know this line, they all have the Libre DNA. You can tell it's from the same line. Let me spray this one because I haven't, those other ones I could smell really easily. This smells like a lavender floral tea fragrance to me. It's a very pretty, somewhat slightly soapy on my skin when I wear it. Now, even though this is an EDT, it did last 8 hours. It had moderate projection, moderate sillage. As with this entire line, these are all, to me, grown woman fragrances, with this one being the more feminine the most feminine out of all of them. Yeah, this one is the one that is the most feminine. I would describe this, when I was smelling this and I wore it, made me think of Sheree Lewis here on YouTube, because she's always talking about brunch. And this to me is the perfect ladylike brunch fragrance. This is one where you're dressing up, and it's not a casual brunch. You know, you're going somewhere nice and you want to smell very feminine. It's very like an elevated brunch. Yeah. This is what this gives me, because I thought of her immediately when I was wearing it. Those brunch fragrances, this is it. Do I think this was a needed addition to the Libre line? Well, it's different enough to me that if you liked the original, okay, but you wanted something softer, more feminine version of it, that this, you know, sometimes you just may not be in the mood to smell like a boss. Sometimes you want to smell very feminine, but you still want this kind of DNA. This is perfect to me. It's worth going and giving a sniff if you didn't like the original, because it's different enough that if you didn't like the original, you may like the EDT version of it. So I do think, you know, sometimes with flankers, it gets to a point where you're like, oh my goodness, can you just give me something new? You know, sometimes I feel that way, and I'm gonna assume some of you feel that way also. But with this one, because I was like, my goodness, back to back each year, it's flanker. You know, you gave us the Intense version, which I love, and I was like, okay, so you're gonna go to the EDT. I didn't have high expectations. I was just wondering, how is this gonna smell? But I do really think it was a great, soft, feminine, ladylike fragrance to add to the line, because this original Libre Boss, this one is what I would call your sultry, kind of seductive version of it. So now you have your feminine, soft, ladylike version. So I do think that it was a very nice addition to the line, and I do think it's worth giving a sniff. If you love this line, of course you're going to want to smell it. If you didn't love this line, I would say this is worth giving a sniff. It gives me also tea fragrance vibes, but not just straight up tea fragrance. It's just very nice. It's very nice. Did this become my new favorite? No. Still, this is my number one. How would I rate all of them? Oh, I didn't think about that. Let's see. Well, I already know this is number one. So let's smell this one. And see, I grew to really, really love this one after wearing it. Let me see. I've only worn this a couple times. It's very soft. You know, right now, today, this may change after I wear the EDT version more, but right now today, I'm gonna say number one is Libre Intense. I'm gonna say number two is Libre Original, and number three is Libre EDT for me, because I haven't worn it enough for it to be a love, because I liked it when I smelled it, I liked it when I wore it, but it didn't blow my mind. But it is very nice and soft and feminine, which I love fragrances like that. But right now, I've only worn it like 1 or 2 times. I'm going to leave it at number 3, but who knows? It may pop up again, and it may be number 1. I highly doubt it, but you never know with how your nose changes when you smell these fragrances. So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment below telling me, have you tried Libre Edt? What are your thoughts? How do you rank them? What's your 1 through 3? I'm very interested to know. Please share this video with everyone who loves to look, smell, and feel fabu, darling. And please turn on your notification bell so you will never miss a video of mine. And as I always say, if you like my vibe, subscribe. Until next time, bye.